I'm recording now. Welcome everybody to Wednesday, September 3rd, 2017 meeting of Kubernetes SIG service catalog. Let's see, Doug, you want to run the meeting again today?
Yep, that's fine. Just getting myself ready here. Give me just a sec.
All right. I grant you 5 seconds.
Done.
All right.
All right. You want to start the recording or you already do it?
Oh, it's recording.
Oh, okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome.
You're on camera.
Oh, yeah, camera, right?
Your avatar looks just like you too, so.
Yeah. All right. What is the September 13th version of the Open Source Broker API working group call? Let me paste the link.
You're in the wrong meeting, Doug. It's the SIG.
Oh, sorry. What did I say? Okay. Anyway, just pasted the agenda into the chat. Usual speaker queue rules apply. If you want your name on the attendee list, please add to the agenda. And first up is Jay, wishing to talk about that god-awful link checker. Jay, you on? Jay? Oh, Paul, you're on mute.
I guess people are relying on my microphone.
Sorry. Yeah. Sorry, just saying we've hit this issue at least 2 times today, maybe 3 times today, and I know we hit it yesterday also, so we're just looking to unblock immediately. If you want to enhance with some retries, we can certainly try that.
Yeah, like I said through the Slack, I won't be able to get to it until after dinner tonight, so if you guys really need this in like within the next couple hours, go ahead and merge the PR to disable it, and I'll take the AI to re-enable it and try to put whatever checks we need around it, or retries around it.
Sure, I can even create another issue to re-enable it, just so we're tracked and that kind of thing.
Do that.
Yeah, that'd be good. And it's a nagging reminder for me to do it. So.
All right, super. Thanks.
Yep.
Bam.
Just out of curiosity, though, do you think retry logic would be sufficient, or do you think there's something else going on here, and it was just a split-second network burp?
Say it, Jeff.
Okay, anyway,
I think you do. Let me mute. You unmute.
Alrighty. I think we're good now.
Yep.
Maybe. So can people hear me now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So what I was going to say.
I can't hear.
Okay, what I was going to say is that we need to probably add some logic that we can just filter certain links and disable them selectively, because like goreportcard.com has been the offending URL that we've seen, and that's not critical to anything that we're building, so that would be a good candidate for flagging as being not required for the curl to succeed. That's all.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess at one point we could look into adding a whitelist or something like that to say, these domains are okay because we know they're flaky or something like that. But let's try the retry logic first and see how that goes. And if there's still a problem, we'll look at adding more hacks, put it that way. Is that okay?
Okay.
Okay, thanks. All right, next up, now, demo CRD.
Yep.
You want to share your screen, I assume?
So can you see my 3 terminals?
Yeah, it's a little small, but we can see it.
Okay. So like at the top is just, I have just started a local kubectl cluster. First I can probably zoom a bit. So I'm demoing the CRD support in service catalog now. I have just started an empty cluster. So the first thing I need to do is just set up Helm. Should be quick. So the first step in kubectl in Kubernetes cluster I need to do is to give permissions to service catalog. Without these permissions, I think CRD creation doesn't work or something. I can't remember exactly what, but adding making service catalog cluster admin worked. I'm not sure if there is a more granular permission to fix the issue, but for now I will just do that. Okay, so next I have generated certificates as per instruction for setup of API aggregator. And now I'm going to deploy the branch of service catalog. So I have enabled API aggregator, passing my certificates, storage type CRD, this is the new thing, and passing the branch of service catalog. Okay. Let's see if it has been deployed. Okay, so API server is up, controller is studying. So meanwhile, we can see that so yeah, we have created a new CRDs for 4 resources currently. I think soon there will be a 5th one. Plan, I guess, right? First of all, I can show you that service brokers resource is there. Nothing to see here. So I can go and create a new broker. Actually, I need to first start a UPS broker just for the demo. Okay. Cool. So I'm creating a UPS broker now. So as you can see, it's there. And actually, I can show that there are 2, like service brokers is alias with clashing for both service catalog and CRDs. And I had to make a fix to make it work because for TPRs, the API version, including group and version, was the same for TPRs and service catalog, and it currently doesn't work for API aggregator because the namespaces are clashing with each other. And here I can show you that this is default is a service catalog one. I can also like prefix with service catalog, whatever. And there is another one for CRDs. As you can see, the prefix, the API version is different here. It's prefixed with CRD. So I have to register a new scheme and with a new group version with the same types and so on, just to make it work. Okay, so broker has been initialized. So I can now try create an instance. Yeah, sure. Just check that service class is there. Okay. And now okay. I need to create a namespace. Okay, so the instance is there. Yeah, so one problem I have noticed recently is that for some reason watch doesn't work properly for CRDs. So like when I watch directly on CRD object, I can see all the updates, but when I watch on service catalog object, watch doesn't really notify on all the changes.
So this is, do you think there's a bug in your CRD implementation?
Yeah, I haven't checked yet. So it's whether a bug in my CRD implementation or somewhere in service catalog itself. Yeah. Most likely, yes. It's just a watch functionality broken for some reason. So I have checked that the request for watch doesn't break, but so if I go and fetch this way, yeah, I guess something. Okay, so for some reason it just broke, saying that service class doesn't exist. I think it was there. Doesn't matter really. So I have just shown you that get, put, delete, and all the stuff works. As I said, watch has some issues, but the rest is just like this. So for this service catalog and CRD thing to work, I actually have to, every time I fetch object from CRD store, it has a different API version than service catalog. So I have to actually manually change the API version before returning it back from the store back to service catalog. So there is a little bit of such hackery, but seems to work. Yeah, that's it.
All right, cool. Thank you very much. Paul, you're in the queue.
So regarding system admin, you can use the audit to RBAC tool that Jordan Liggett put into the chat to narrow down what the permission issue is.
Yeah, cool.
So I had another question and I forgot what it was. It'll probably come back to me. So overall, though, it seems like this is a demo of an in-progress PR, and you feel as though you still have work to do on it, right?
Well, it's actually ready for review. I have just recently made another change. Let me check. I forgot. So it's ready for review. It's just that the watch seems to be broken, but there are many more changes to review. So anything but watch can be reviewed. So it all works. Also, like even if watch is broken, I guess we can just merge it and raise a bug fix separately.
Yeah.
doesn't break API or anything. So
you might want to ask Kent Rancor at Microsoft if he would have a chance to review. I know that Aaron is sick, and then he's going to be out for he's out for the rest of the week and next week. So I believe Kent has some pretty deep experience on this stuff. I can try to scrounge up a reviewer that's familiar with CRD stuff. I am not personally, and I'm fairly bandwidth constrained at the moment, so I'm not sure I'm going to have time to learn.
Right. Okay. Just forgot to mention that in TPRs, all resources had to be namespace scoped. And because service broker and service class are global in service catalog, Aaron has, I think it was him, who wrote the hack for passing the namespace, like service catalog, for example, where to put all the global objects. So for CRDs, we don't have to do this because they support both namespace and cluster scopes. So for service broker and service class, I have made a change to use cluster scope, and now we don't need this hack with the custom namespace.
It seems like a positive development to me.
Yep.
All right. Any other questions, comments? All right. It looks very cool. Nice job, Nell.
Thanks.
All right. Next on the agenda, revisit of service class and service plans should have a spec. So we talked about this yesterday. There seemed to be general consensus in that direction. Did anybody have any concerns or issues as they were thinking about it over the evening? All right. Is there any objection then to agreeing that that's the proposed direction going forward? All right, cool.
So on that note, I have had Morgan's pull request that is a prereq for that one checked out several times. I've built it. I've started doing the walkthrough, and I've gotten distracted. Doug, I think you are with Morgan now. You should let him know I'm going to try to finish that review tonight.
Sounds good. I'll let him know.
Thanks.
Yep. All right, next on the agenda, Orphan mitigation. This is another revisit from yesterday. Any new concerns or questions since Paul presented that one yesterday?
Is Kibbles on?
I don't think so. Vile, have you heard from Kibbles about this one? Whether he has any additional concerns?
I haven't heard anything from him. He is in perf madness.
Okay. So why don't we just assume that it's okay, and I guess we could always just revisit it if necessary, reopen the issue later. But I suspect it's probably okay.
Seconds.
Okay, let's wait a sec. I'm going to take some notes anyway.
And then, Doug, I still have this idea that I've been kicking around that I think will make everybody close to happy, but I haven't had a chance to write it up yet.
Not a problem. I actually may not be able to make the call tomorrow. I don't know for sure one way or the other. So
It's fine.
If you're looking for breathing room, I mean, it may be best to wait till Monday.
Yeah, let's wait until Monday because I can't make a call tomorrow either.
Okay. Well, I'll add that to the agenda. See if you want to cancel.
Out of the office.
Okay. I'll add that to the agenda. See if you want to cancel tomorrow.
Okay.
Anyway.
I pinged Kibbles and he says it's fine.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Bam.
I will take some notes on that. Hold on a sec. All right. And with that, we're at the end of the agenda. Does anybody have any topics that are relatively urgent they want to bring up that we should have a call tomorrow? Otherwise, I'm hearing a suggestion that maybe we should cancel tomorrow. Any objection to canceling tomorrow? All right, done. Are there any other topics people would like to bring up today?
I haven't had a chance to look at the beta burn down list and see what shape it is in. How are we feeling about that?
I think that we're in okay shape. I think there are a lot of polls. There are some polls that Matt has in progress that once we get them in, we're going to be unblocked on even more stuff that we have consensus on that isn't implemented. So I think that we're in pretty good shape. My concern every time I say that in a meeting is that everybody will be like, whew, I can relax, and then we won't be in good shape anymore. So,
well, just so you know, we have 18 issues that are tagged as beta. And the link to it's in the chat room or in the Zoom if you want to take a look at it. But
should we go through the list now?
I'm not
Well,
sure.
that's what I was going to say. If we have time, if we have no time, if it's a good use of time, do we want to do a smaller set of folks, or what are we going to do?
Well, what's the purpose of walking through it? Is it try to tag people as owners and try to nag them to take it, or what's the other purpose? Because I don't want to just walk through the list just to walk through the list, right?
Yeah, no. Well, if we could do in the wind, where are we roughly flailing in the wind as far as beta dates are going, and to see if there's any big, huge icebergs that are not getting the attention they need. If it's just a matter of just knocking them down one at a time, and it's just a matter of getting people time to work on them, then fine, let's cancel it. I know, for example, the name issue is something, it's a gift that keeps on giving. I don't know if we are any closer to resolving that.
I think that we're closer than we've ever been before. Let me put it that way. I think it's an insidiously hard problem. I think we have two fairly well-defined, though possibly imperfect approaches. I have a third one that I've had in mind. I haven't had a chance. That's kind of like in between the two ones we've talked about already. I haven't had a chance to write it up fully yet. I suspect that one will take the PMORI service catalog Emmy for most difficult problem to solve in initial beta. Honestly, I feel like if we could get consensus on that one, that we would basically be planned out in terms of contentious stuff. Like we'd have consensus for everything in the initial beta. And at that point, it just turns into how can we slice things up so that everybody who's interested in doing the work has things to do and we aren't stepping on each other's toes.
Yeah, just to let you know, of those 18 issues that are tagged as beta, 3 of them are tagged as needs proposal, but I believe all 3 of them either have a proposal or are on the verge of getting one, and the getting one is the name one. So I think we're, as Paul said, we're pretty darn close to being designed out. We just need people to sign up to do the work.
Yeah, and actually, a number of these have things that are in progress. So, for example, some of these, if I'm looking at the milestone, and there's one pull request that's tagged into this one, and so for example, concurrent updates. Matt has a pull that is still in progress, I think, but it deals with that one. Sorry, what? Oh, he says it's ready for review, so even better. And yeah, I basically agree with Doug. I think we're just about planned out, and some of the stuff is already in progress.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Any other topics people want to bring up for today? All right. In that case, we are done with a half hour back in your day. And we'll talk again on Monday.
All right. Have a good weekend, everyone.
Okay. Bye, guys.
Bye.